What's up, child? This trial and error. Okay. So I'm just gonna give my thoughts real quick on Tasha K, Jaguar Wright, little documentary, whatever you want to call it, Gone Girl. Just talking to family members or whatever, trying to get a better understanding of if what the girl is saying is true, if it's a lie. As y'all know, I know everybody know that the girl had been going out here saying some real terrible allegations about a lot of people in the industry, and just speaking on her kid and speaking on her ex-husband and speaking on her family, all of that type of stuff. So to I just feel like um at first I was like, oh, like how you gonna go do a documentary on her? Oh, it's wrong and this and that. Until I started watching it because my cousin was like, no, before you make an opinion about it, watch it and then tell me what you think. So as I kept watching it, I'm like, okay, so Jaguar said this and her family said that. So we need an even balance so we can get a little bit of the truth because Jaguar gonna tell her side and her folks gonna tell her side. So we're gonna have to try to depict what is true and what is not true. Okay, that's what they need to be doing when they come out with these little documentaries and telling one side stories instead of seeing what this accuser got to say and seeing what the accused have to say. And then let's see if we can add a little bit of this and a little bit of that and get a little bit of the truth. But nah, baby, not this day and age, baby. They come out and say something, we running with it. That's the new it now. We run with it. Okay, we don't ask no questions. We don't get the other side. They said what they said, and we're gonna believe what they said. We're gonna cancel them. Cancel culture. That's what we in. We in the cancel culture. Okay. But anyway, I'm gonna get right on in. That was just my thought about how I felt at first when she did it until I had to just sit down and like watch it and see. But I'm just gonna tell you right off top. Per her ex-husband. I'm gonna say per him because it could be a little bit truth, a little bit lie. We don't know, right? Um, she was a cheater. She was an abuser. She was controlling. That's what he said. And there may be some truth to it. Okay. They moved real quick, which was a red flag for me. I mean, they moved in after 3 months, got married less than a year. And it was her. It was her pushing everything on him. So after dealing with all the Jaguar bull crap and all that, he said he was ready to leave, baby. He was ready to divorce her. But she turned around and said she was pregnant. So he didn't believe in raising no child in no broken home. So he ended up staying. So Tasha K asked him like, did you ever question whether or not it was yours or not? So he was like, no, he never questioned it because he looked like him or whatever. So the strange thing to me, so I had to question like, is you a little slow or something? Because if she was cheating and sleeping around, like you said, she was cheating and sleeping around. Why didn't paternity ever cross your mind, even if you were sleeping with her unprotected? I didn't get that, or maybe he just wanted the child so bad it didn't matter. But that was weird to me. But he spoke on something that was real sensitive and sad to me with her not having a good relationship with her oldest son who is now deceased. I think he was killed or whatever. You told him he was dead to you and 3 days later he was killed. How can you, I mean, like, oh my God, I can't imagine saying that to somebody and then they ain't here no more. And that was my last words to that person. I'd be like, I don't know how I would be able to live with myself um after that or whatever. That was sad. And I think that's what caused your mental breakdown. Like I think your conscience would end you up so bad, girl, so that caused your breakdown. And I hate that. And you probably didn't really mean it, and I wish y'all could have made it better. But I mean, I can't imagine myself not having a relationship with my kids or even telling them you dead to me. Like, I don't know the I'm gonna move on. This it's sad, okay? Um so Jaguar Wright was saying that her son is autistic. Okay. The daddy in the family is saying it's not true. He's not autistic. He's the smartest person in his family and all of that. So here's my thing on that. There's different levels to autism, right? Some have it worse, some has it less, worse or whatever, and they're not as bad as somebody who would have it worse. So this man could very well be very, very smart because autistic individuals are smart, and y'all never got them tested. So maybe she see different traits in autism. She see it in her son, so she's gonna say my son is autistic or whatever. But to nip all of that in the bud, I would have been um got my child tested for it. Like I wouldn't have just diagnosed him without getting a doctor's opinion on it and getting the proper test ran so we can get the proper diagnosis, yay or nay. You know what I'm saying? Like that was too simple. But just because she never got him tested, don't mean that he's not autistic. Because the family's rebuttal is he's never been tested. Okay, get him tested. I think y'all more scared of what the outcome was going to be. That's why it never happened. But there's nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? He's doing pretty good and he's pretty smart, very articulate. Like, I mean, it's nothing wrong with it. He just seemed like a nerd to me though. Um I got a nerdy cousin and he reminded me so much of my cousin with the game and how he talked and all of that. So he could very well just be like nerdy. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Like, okay. Um He mentioned that my notes are out of order, but y'all get what I'm saying or whatever. So Jaguar was saying that her son was raped, and the daddy was saying that it wasn't true. But when Tasha K asked the son, he said he felt violated or whatever, and he said that the boy humped up on him or whatever with his clothes on, so he felt violated. But the one thing about it is the daddy told a totally different story. So he just let me know then that he was a liar. So I can't take his word as true no more. Nothing else that he got to say because you're gonna make yourself look good and you're gonna make her look crazy. That's what I got from that. Even though she giving me crazy anyway. But I'm telling you, with him lying about what happened at the school, and the son saying something similar to the mama. The only thing, see, what Jaguar was wrong was she said that he was raped. He wasn't raped. He was just violated. It was a violation to his manhood. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't a rape. He wasn't penetrated and raped. So she just had a bad choice of words with it. But what she said was true because the son said the same thing. He just felt violated, and it was a violation. He wasn't actually raped. The daddy lied about that and I caught that. Okay. Um, he basically said the older boy was playing a joke. That one, I mean, I don't know what kind of joke that was, but I would have felt violated too. Um, um, they played a recording with Jaguar recording somebody and saying, "Call the police. She got a gun. She trying to kill me." She videoed it. So you videoing it with video and not audio, and we actually see her just standing there and you saying she's trying to kill you. That was weird. So we know something is going on. She already said that she got some mental illness going on, and I hope she's taking her medicine, and I hope she's getting the proper help because sis looking bad out here, and I really hate that for her. I hate that for everybody involved with her. With whether this stuff is true or not, I don't know, but she's saying it like I hate that. Like what? It's crazy. So we get to the point where Krista and Jamie, which is her cousins or whatever. Jaguar said that uh Jamie Jamie's dad had raped her. Now, this was way before the girl time had even been born. You can't speak on this girl experience. Now, Jaguar may be crazy, but that man could have very well raped her because That's what everybody's saying. She crazy. Ain't nobody gonna believe her anyway. So he could have very well raped her. Now I got to say this when she was telling what happened during the rape and how she woke up and he was already inside her. I didn't get it. I don't get how your pants was on your ankles and you managed to get away and run so far and then pull up your clothes. I don't get it. It's not my place to understand the story because shit crazy be going on and it don't make sense, but it be really true stories. So for her to say it didn't happen, my dad, this, my dad, that, girl, you don't know. You was not thought about it at that time. He could have took it. We don't know. And because she got issues going on. I ain't gonna say half crazy because she got issues going on. People don't believe her, and she probably lied about so much other stuff. When she said the man raped her, they didn't believe it. It happened all the time. And for her to reference her being in the wedding, and singing and act like ain't nothing happened. You know how many people sweep stuff under the rug and have to move on with their life in the family like ain't nothing happened. That stuff be real. Like she could have very well been raped and still had to put on a happy face and sing and act like ain't nothing happened because that's what families be doing. Sweeping stuff under the rug and you got to live your life like ain't nothing ever happened to you. That's for real and that's true. So I just feel like as a daughter that wasn't thought about at the time, that wasn't born at the time, that wasn't I feel like I know you want to take up for your daddy, but you can't. That's not your place. You weren't born. You didn't witness nothing. You can't tell us nothing about what happened before your time. But this is a mess situation. I was so overwhelmed watching this, y'all. It was just so overwhelming, like ugh. Um She also referenced they wasn't even around each other long enough for her to be raped. Girl, you know how strangers rape somebody so fast they just walk up on them and rape them. They wouldn't have to be around them long enough to rape them. You got to make sense with your rebuttals to her accusations because they didn't make sense to me. But I'm gonna move right along because it was three parts. I'm just gonna speak on all the different parts on this one video. I'm not gonna stretch this out. Just gonna speak on a few things on my opinions and on this stuff. Um, she said Jaguar said her mom is schizophrenic and her sister is a drug addict. So they were saying that the mama wasn't. The family was saying Crystal and Jamie that the mama is not schizophrenic, but Jaguar is saying she the only one that had like mental problems going up. But I am here to say right now before we get to the end because Tasha K spoke on that particular situation at the end when she came back after the third part ended. Let me say this. You can't sit here and say that somebody is the only one crazy in their family. It had to come down the line from somewhere. Jaguar ain't just was born in this family. She was the first person that the Lord chose to be crazy or had this mental illness. Let me stop saying crazy. That's disrespectful. But had this mental illness or whatever. No. It's like coming from somewhere down the line. It's in somebody's things on the mama side or the daddy side, somebody's side. But you can't just say, "Oh, you the only one in the family got this and that going on." We already know y'all got a history of not getting people checked or be diagnosed properly. So it probably a lot of other people with some issues. Y'all just don't know because y'all ain't took them to the damn doctor to be checked. If that mama getting $6,000 a month and Jaguar spending all her money and living with her and her weird looking ass husband, she wrong for that and she need to be reported and she need to be handled properly because if that lady's in here struggling and she done worked her ass off her entire life for her retirement and pension and you taking it, you wrong, girl. You wrong and you need and y'all know what's going on. Why y'all ain't reported her? Like that's too simple. $6,000 of money you living off of and y'all traveling, driving in the car and the mama struggling having to ask people for $20. I wouldn't dare do my mama like that. Something is wrong if that's what you're doing. And you Tasha K asked the man what he do for a living. He just sitting there smiling in the camera, shaking his head. He don't do shit. That's why he ain't had nothing to say. And when I tell you Tasha K had them tripped up asking them what they do for money, oh, he's my bodyguard. Girl, that's your husband. Quit playing. What you trying to say? He on your payroll because he ain't really got no job, so he your bodyguard, so you pay him. Him showing up to these different places, then you act the ass as your bodyguard. Because you be acting a whole fool. And it's embarrassing. He sit there and condone it. What man you know gonna sit there and let his wife act a fool like that and disrespect folks' mama like that, and it's okay? That's another different type of crazy, if you ask me, and I'm sorry, crazy, I said it. Oh, let me have a spoke on that. So what was weird for me, and I don't know how true this is because he already lied about what happened to the son at the school. He said that he been paying oh girl tax bills since 2013, and he said 2021 would be his last year paying on the taxes. So obviously it wasn't just her tax issue because y'all was married and y'all was filing together, so it's both of y'all tax obligation, and you just not getting done paying for it because you know she wasn't gonna pay for it. Don't put that on her. Y'all was married. It was a group effort, whatever it's called. Both of y'all was not filing them taxes right. Don't blame it on her. It was both of y'all. So the husband spoke on her family not telling him that she had mental issues going on. And I guess he felt some type of way because they didn't express it to him. But I'm gonna say this, that wasn't their place. Like, if you can pick up on crazy at the beginning, well, you ain't give yourself time. You jump right into moving in with it, you jump right into marriage. That ain't the family fault that you let her move you too fast and you couldn't even see that she was, crazy or whatever, had issues going on. If my family member met somebody and I knew they was a little crazy or whatever, I'm not finna tell the person they met that they crazy. You gotta figure it out yourself. 'Cause I'm not finna get in no battle with my family member telling their business to you. If you can't pick up on it, then it sounds like a personal problem. If I'm wrong for that child, I don't know what else to tell you because I'm not in the business that pays me, and who my family member sleeping with ain't paying my bills, so I don't care. Um, the family love him though, clearly. So I guess I don't know, they loved him. He said he encouraged his son to maintain a relationship with Jaguar, whatever, but it was the son's decision that he don't want to talk to him. The son did say that it had gotten weird with him and his mom, so he just chose to cut off communication. How she's been ranting on social media, I totally understand why he probably is choosing not to talk to her because I believe that she's not taking her medicine and it's causing her to behave as such. Um, Sorry, like it's sad. Hopefully, again, she lost one son. Hopefully, she gets it together. So, uh, and Lil Sam, I think that's his name. They can rebuild some type of relationship. Okay. Um, I told you my notes had got messed up. When she went on tour with that group and they had to contact the husband and ask him what she was because she didn't get on the bus, and her excuse was she hadn't got high and fell asleep in no dude room with his name to leave. Baby, that would have been a problem for me. Then you want to later on come and tell me that y'all slept together? Why would you tell me y'all slept together? I probably would have never found that out, and you volunteered that information to me. I probably would have been out the door at that point because I don't even think they had no children at the time. Baby, I would have been out that door, baby, divorced. And then since you cheated, I'm just gonna take you for the little money that you had got for this record deal you got. It may sound bad, but that's what I would have did, okay? And for him to call off work, hop on this plane and go save his marriage. That was so thoughtful of you. And I was sitting there looking at you like you is damn dumb. Okay. So you went to ask the man what happened, and he tell you he got it on the first night. Then she tell him when he saying, oh, she looking for you, you gonna tell him, oh, you acting like a bitch and he a bitch and I knocked his ass out before he came and this and that. Baby, you should have left a long time ago. Cause she been showing you that it's all about her and about you. Okay. And I feel like you kind of embarrass yourself showing up like that, then asking the man about him and your wife little entanglement or whatever. I didn't get that. But Jaguar said they had a whole affair. And she was gonna leave her husband for him. But when he acted like he was scared and he didn't want to stand up and he was running because he was showed up at the show, she was like she left him alone and then she done slept with the best friend. Hoe tendencies. So she been a hoe throughout y'all marriage. And again, you ain't questioning the paternity of y'all child. It may be your child, I'm just saying. Um, I don't know too many men out here that patient with that patient with their wife or girlfriend. He been very patient over the years. Let him tell it. But that cousin said that he had started cheating too, but he didn't tell us that part, did he? He didn't tell Tasha K that part when he was cheating, did it? Because she was cheating, and then her ass got crazy because she couldn't take him cheating. He didn't tell that part. Acting like he was the perfect husband. Oh, I love my wife, and I wanted it to work. You wanted to work, but your ass started cheating too. Tasha K did say that it was Jaguar's mom's husband who was diagnosed with schizophrenia before Jaguar was born. That's why he didn't want another child brought into the world. And it just looks as though Jaguar was the one who actually inherited the illness. So the dad kept it under wraps and didn't want nobody to know. So that's why Jaguar, mom's side of the family, didn't know nothing about mental illness in their family because the daddy had it. So Jaguar got it from the dad. I just feel like the whole documentary was a good idea to let other people tell their side instead of just running with what she said. Because when you listen at both sides, you see that it's a difference. Like she said some of it, but then she added her own spin to it to work in her benefit. The same way the husband told his side of the story and put his own spin in it to work for his benefit. So guess what? Now we kind of can figure out what the truth is. And I feel like, again, that's what everybody should be doing this day and age. Because guess what? When we sit right here and let these people just accuse people, and we take the word as the Bible, and guess what? Innocent people gonna end up arrested. Innocent people gonna end up in jail. Innocent people that are innocent found guilty by public opinion and even by a jury. And the person was lying the whole time. We have to do better as a culture. Okay? I hope that girl get help, y'all. I can't say it enough. Cause this was just hard to watch. All of it was hard to watch. And that's all I got on it. So y'all, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Thumbs up this video. Let me know what you think about the whole thing. You can even hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I drop another video. This your girl Trial and Error. I am out. Y'all have a great day, okay?